Call me whatever you'd like, just don't call me late for dinner. How many times have we all heard that phrase? Whether you use a dinner bell or a phone call, people love to gather with their friends and family for a special meal. Well, as it turns out, many animals prefer to eat with a group as well. Being part of a group can mean opportunities to learn from your group mates, impress potential mates, as well as more eyes and ears around to watch for predators so that you don't become someone else's meal. So to keep the group around and keep the peace within the group, many animals make food-related calls. I studied these food calls in Carolina chickadees, a small songbird native to the southeastern US. These little guys are a favorite of birdwatchers because they're bold and curious and very chatty. They make a call that sounds something like chickadee-dee-dee. And as you can see in the spectrogram in the top left, which shows pitch versus time, this call is quite complex. It has a few different note types that we call A, B, C, D, and E, and those notes can be rearranged and repeated. So to study the properties of this call, I manipulated food availability for a population of wild chickadees. I set up what we call smart bird feeders, which have an electronic door that I can program to open and close at specific times. As you can see in the top right, some of the feeders would close for 2 hours in the morning, while others closed for 2 hours in the afternoon. And every few days, the feeders changed schedules just to keep the birds on their toes. I also attached audio recorders to the feeders and analyzed the calls that I recorded. I'm basically comparing the calls made when the chickadees could actively forage versus when the feeders were closed and they're blocked to see if they're somehow communicating about the food availability. And what I found so far has been really exciting. So first, the birds are using different kinds of notes based on the food availability. When the feeders are open, they're using more B, C, and E notes, and these notes are thought to mediate social interactions. So basically, when the food's available, the birds are communicating to coordinate who's going to and from the perch, which could help them avoid fights. Additionally, the D notes at open feeders were longer in duration and lower in pitch, which could help them recruit more birds to the flock because long, low-pitched sounds are easier for listeners to locate. These results are really exciting because they're showing us that while birds are foraging, they're saying different kinds of things to each other. Ultimately, my research is important because it expands our knowledge of how animals can communicate, and in our changing global environment, it could be critically important for animals to be able to communicate about variability in food sources. All right, thank you very much.